Good morning, grade 5. I hope everybody's doing well and that you're ready to start the day. Let's get excited and let's start with the lesson. So, I would like everybody to please open up the English textbooks on page 58 until 59. Right? In today's lesson, we will be doing language practice. Okay, so the first block on your page is about prepositions, right? So, what is a preposition? This is a word that helps to show the relationship of one thing to another. So, for example, the sentence reads, "The planets revolve around the sun." Right? So preposition, it helps us to show how one thing is linked to another, right? So examples of this would also be words such as with, at, from, into, in, on, like, to, out, of, all of those words that's in the little block at the bottom. It helps connect words in the sentence, right? And shows the relationship of how one thing connects or links to another, right? On the next page, on page 59, we have the block about adverbs, right? So what is an adverb? An adverb tells us more about another word in the sentence, right? So adverbs answers the questions how, when, where, or how much. Sometimes prepositions do the work of adverbs. For example, I put the balls inside. So inside is an adverb of place. The next sentence, the balls flew up. Up is also an adverb of place. It's telling us where, right? And remember, adverbs answer the questions how, when, where, or how much, right? So here in the little bit block, it gives us the adverbs of manner, right? So adverbs of manner answers the question how. So this is words such as slowly, fast, and loudly, and so forth. And then it tells us the adverbs of time. So we know this is when. When is something happening? So it can be before, after, or never, right? Then we have adverbs of place. So this tells us where, right? Where is something happening? It can happen away, inside, or everywhere. Any one of those words. And then lastly, we have adverbs of degree. So this tells us how much, right? So how much of something. We can use words such as extremely, very, or really, right? So remember, an adverb always tells us more about another word in the sentence, right? So for example, the sentence, I put the balls inside. Inside we know is an adverb of place, but it's telling us about where someone put the balls, right? We know they put the balls inside. It's telling us more about this another word in the sentence. And remember always, we have adverbs of manner, how, adverbs of time, when, adverbs of place, where, and adverbs of degree, how much. So those 4 types of adverbs always answers the questions, right? And always tells us more about another word in the sentence. Okay, if we carry on, there's another block. It's about simple and complex sentences. So what are these sentences? A simple sentence has one subject and one verb, right? So we know a subject is the main part of a sentence, and a verb we know is an action or a doing word, right? So for example, the boy cried. So the subject in the sentence would be the boy, right? And the verb would be cried, because it's an action he's doing, he's crying, right? But this is just in past tense, so he cried, he already done it, but it's a doing word, he done it, right? So a verb. Then we have a complex sentence. So this is made up of clauses. It has a main clause and it has at least one subordinate clause. So for example, when the cake is done, take it out of the oven. So our main clause would be the cake is done, and the subordinate clause would be out of the oven, right? So the difference between a sentence and a clause. So we know a sentence is one complete thought, right? It's one thought or statement that somebody is telling you, right? And a clause is a part of a sentence that gives part of a thought, right? So it's a part of a sentence, which we know a sentence is one complete thought, and then it also gives a part of that thought. So it's only a small part of the thought, right? And then here is more examples of a simple sentence. So the army and the marines were summoned. So there are two noun subjects joined by and, right? So the army and the marines, they are joined by the word and, right? And they are the subjects, the two noun subjects. Then we have a compound sentence, right? So the army was summoned and the marines were put on alert. So we have the main clause and also subordinate clause, right? And it's separated by a comma. Okay, so for homework, I would like you to write the heading, the date, the page number, and draw a line. You know the drill already. Then I would like you to write all the definitions and examples that I've just discussed. So in your workbook, you will write your heading: language, prepositions, adverbs, simple and complex sentences, your date, and your page number. So please write the definitions and examples as I wrote it in this PowerPoint. Please copy my slides into your book. Use color to separate the definitions so you know which is which one. And then I would like you to complete the activity on page 58. Please complete question 1, 2, and 3, right? And you need to do this in your English workbook. Okay, that's all for today's lesson. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.